Hello, friends. How you all doing? How was your trading week? I hope you guys had a wonderful trading week. I must confess, mine has really been hectic. The losing streak has refused to stop. I'm still losing, to be honest. But the good thing is, I have good risk management. I have sound risk management. That is one of the most important things in trading. If your risk management is poor, then you would blow your accounts in a very, very short period of time. But thank God I have a solid risk plan. I have a solid risk management that caters for conditions like this. The market condition lately has been very, very poor, especially this month of July. The market is crazy. The market has been consolidating for a long time. Like you hardly get large move in one direction or the other. You hardly get large buy upward movements or very large sell downward movements. You keep getting this up and down consolidating movements. And it's fine, it's fine because we already know that there are three kinds of movements in the market. There is the upward or uptrend movement, we have the downwards or downtrend movement, and then we have the consolidation. You know, each of these movements happened at specific periods in the market, and there is this time frame each movement would last. Upward movement or uptrend could last for specific days or weeks, a specific time frame. Downward movements too can happen within a specific time frame, and then consolidation. So all we need to do as traders is to be patient and wait for this consolidation movement and consolidation period to end. And then we start trading, you know? So without wasting much of your time, let me just dive straight into my chart, dive straight into my journal also, and show you guys what happened this week and the mistakes I made, and also the lessons I learned. Because in trading, we keep learning lessons and we keep making adjustments from the lessons we learn. Yeah. So starting from number 6 here, this is the first losing trade for the week on AUDCHF. Although this trade was taken since July 13th, and I held this trade for weeks. Like you guys that are returning viewers on this channel know that I'm a swing trader. But if you are new here, I am a swing trader, so I tend to hold trades for multiple days and then sometimes multiple weeks. And in very rare cases, multiple months, at least 2 months. But those are very rare cases. So I took this trade on AUDCHF on July 13th, and then I got stopped out on July 20th. Yeah, this is the setup right here. This is the screenshot of the trade. It's crazy. This is my normal setup where I would take my Fibonacci from swing high to swing low, enter a short position, as in this case, and then this trade consolidated for about 2 weeks, and then I got stopped out. Fine. Yeah. So the next loss I took was on GBP USD. I took this trade on July 22nd, and then I forgot to write where when I got stopped out, but it's fine. I got stopped out eventually, and this is the screenshot of the trade I took on GBP USD. Just my normal Fibonacci trade, my normal Fibonacci strategy. I have a break of structure here. There's a break of structure here. After I saw this break of structure to the upside, I took my Fibonacci from swing low, dragged it to swing high, set my entry limit around this 0.684 fib level, and I was hoping for the trade to bounce around this level and then move to my final TP. But the market had other plans and then took me out for a stop loss, which is fine because my risk is managed. Moving on. Yeah, I think those were the two stop losses I took for this week. Those were the two losses I took for this week. But I still have other trades that I got this week, and they are still up and running. These trades are still open, meaning I haven't taken a loss on the trades and I haven't won on these trades. So the first trade I have still open, this trade on NZD GPY was taken as far back as July 14th. It was taken as far back as July 14th, NZD GPY, and then this trade is still open till today. This trade is still dancing around my stop loss region. Although this trade has been giving me some additional confirmation, showing me that it is very, 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 very valid. So what did I do in this trade? Because I kind of have this reassurance about this trade. I kind of have this increased confidence on this trade. So much so that I decided to add on this particular trade. Like I decided to stack on the trade. So my initial risk, my initial entry was around this region, risking 0.7%. But when I saw the trade did this, by the way, this is on the 4-hour time frame. When I saw the trade did this break of structure on the 4 hours, I was like, yeah, this is like kind of an additional confirmation that this trade most likely is going downward, is going to sell. So what did I do? I decided to capitalize on this trade and added additional 0.7% on it. So in total, I am risking about 1.4% on this particular setup because kind of have a stronger conviction on it. Yeah. So moving on. The next trade I have opened, the next setup I got was on silver. I got this setup on silver on July 22nd, and it is my normal entry strategy, and this is the screenshot of this setup. This silver trade is moving really, really nice. Like this has got to be one of my favorite Fibonacci play. So, as usual, I dragged my Fibonacci from this swing high level to swing low, and I got my entry around the 0.684 fib level, and this trade went straight into profit. Although it got around this halfway region, I started retracing, but I'm not supposed to do anything based on my rules, based on my entry criteria, and based on my strategy. Even if I see a trade go this deep in profit and start retracing, I am meant to do nothing. I am meant to stand aside and wait for this trade to either hit my take profit, or if it's so feels so, if it likes, it could go back and hit my stop loss. I really don't care because break even is not part of my trading strategy. I don't break even. So this trade on silver is really moving nice. And I'm hoping if probability is by my side by next week, I hope this trade ends up hitting final take profit. And this will be my first win. This will be, if this trade hits my final take profit, it will be the end of the course. It will be the end of this phase two losing streak course. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Probability, you have to come and save my trading. Fingers crossed. So that's that for about silver. So the next trade I have opened is on Euro CHF. I entered this trade on July 23rd, by the way. And I used my weekly time frame strategy, my W1 weekly time frame strategy, same entry level 0.684 fib level. And this is the screenshot of this setup on Euro CHF. This setup actually, like I said, I use my W1 strategy. That's my weekly strategy. I got this setup on the weekly time frame. I went as high as the weekly time frame to get this Fibonacci setup, which means this particular trade is going to take a long, long time. It's going to take a while, at least 2 to 3 weeks or even a month for it to play out because of the time frame I got the setup. This is on the weekly time frame. And I'm hoping for this trade to dance around, play around, take its sweet time. But I want it to come to my final take profit. Yeah, this is very, very interesting. I love this trade. I took it on the very, very high time frame, which is the weekly time frame. My normal default entry time frame is the 4-hour time frame. I sometimes take entries on the daily time frame, but this right here is different. It's on the weekly time frame. So let's see how it goes. The last trade I have open, okay, I have spoken about this NZD JPY trade already because this is just to show me, to let me know that I added on this initial NZD JPY. So this repetition here is still the same setup. It's still the same NZD JPY trade. It's just for me to know that this is a stack I made on the previous NZD JPY. So both trades would give me a total of 1.4 rigs opened. This is it. Let me just open it for you guys to see again. It's the same thing. This is the first entry, and this is the second entry right here. So I'm hoping, I'm praying that probability would be on my side next week, and then I will start winning again. So these are all the trades I have taken for last week, and these are my losses, and then these are the trades I still have running. Yeah. So just like I said, I learned some lessons. I learned some lessons about my trading. And this is one important thing about journaling. This is why it is important to always journal your trades. If you journal your trades like I do right here on this Excel sheet, you would be able to, like, at a glance, see what is going wrong in your trading. You would be able to see what you are doing right in your trading. So by mere looking at this journal, from phase one, this is phase one. These are the trades I took for phase one, by the way, at the top here. And these are the trades I'm taking now for phase two. This is where phase two started. So by mere looking at this, my journal, you would see that I have taken losses. All these ones highlighted in this brownish color are losses. All these ones highlighted in greens are wins. All these ones are green are wins. If you notice, there is a pattern here. Like If you guys focus on this my setup column, these are the different kinds of setups I take. If you focus on this column, this my setup column, you would notice that these are the different types of setups I take per trade. Every trade I take, I give it a name. Every entry has a setup type, and there is something consistent here. And this consistent thing, I have highlighted it in yellow. These cells I highlighted in yellow are the consistent thing within this my setup column. This particular entry strategy, the H4 fib setup, I notice from my phase one that I have not really been winning on this setup. I took a loss here. I took a loss here. This is a variety of the setup. I took a loss here. I took a loss here. You know, something is reoccurring. It means, although when I backtested this particular setup type, there are cases where I won. But when you compare the win rates, when you compare the number of trades that I won on this setup and the number of trades that I lost, you would realize that the number of losses are more than the number of wins. The number of losses are more than the number of wins. So instead of me to avoid these setups in my phase two, what did I do? I decided to tweak it. That's the problem. I was sat on my hands for like 2 weeks without any entry. And I was like, I got bored, to be honest. That's just the truth. I got bored. I was like, I need an entry. I need an entry. I need to be in the market. And that is where trading psychology start playing with you. Trading psychology start playing with your mindset. I got bored. I was like, I need an entry ASAP. I need to be involved in the market. I need to quickly pass this phase two and get the live account. So what did I do? I went back to this prohibited setup that has been giving me losses on my phase one. I went back to it and I made a little bit of adjustment. I made some adjustments. I was like, okay, if I adjust it this way, I adjust it that way, hopefully it's going to start giving me wins. But no, it didn't give me wins. It continued. It continued in its nature because the nature of this setup is to give me losses, as I have seen on, as shown on phase one. As shown in phase one, the nature of this trade, of this particular setup, is to give me losses. You can see loss here, loss here. But I went on my phase two and I made some adjustments. That's why you have this CT here. That's why I have this CT here. I made an adjustment and I was hoping that it would automatically start giving me wins. But no, the losses continued. And if you notice a pattern, almost all the losses I took last week and upper week were from this setup. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Except for this one here. You see? So, my mistake, I shouldn't be adding to my strategy. I already have a strategy that helped me pass phase one successfully. I learned a lesson during my phase one, but I still went back to that mistake on my phase two. So, moving on, going forward, I have decided that I will never, 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 ever take this particular entry setup again. No matter how juicy, no matter how nice it's looking, no matter how promising it's looking, I will never take it again, because if I don't take it, it's better for me to preserve my capital. Capital preservation is better than being in the market using the wrong setup and then ending up losing the trade. So Going forward, moving on, I would not take this particular entry setup again. Imagine how much I would have saved. Imagine the percentage I would have saved just from these four trades: one, two, three, four, five. Just from these five trades, I would have saved at least 3.5% of my account if I had stuck to my rules from phase one. If I had learned from my lesson from phase one, I would have saved 3.5% on my phase two. So this is a lesson that I've learned, and I'm going to make sure I implement this. I'm never, never, ever, ever gonna take this entry model again. As for this one I highlighted in yellow too, it is actually my model, it is my strategy, but I took it at the wrong time. What made me lose this trade was just the timing. I wasn't supposed to take it at that level, you see. I wasn't supposed to take this trade at this level. I was supposed to actually wait for another break of structure according to my rules, because this is the first break of structure. I was supposed to wait for another break of structure, then a retracement before I enter, just to show me that the uptrend is going to continue. Because this was like the first break of structure, the first vivid break of structure I saw according to my strategy. So I was supposed to wait for the second one before I entered, but I was impatient and I jumped into the market and entered this one. So that is the reason why I highlighted it in yellow too. This is just to like tell me that, okay, you've made mistakes in all these trades and I shouldn't be repeating these mistakes anymore. So, as you guys know, if you've been watching this series for a while now, you would know that I like to come to show you guys where my balance stand at the end of the trading week. So at the end of the trading week, Friday, July 24th, my Hola Prime second phase, my Hola Prime phase 2 account stands at $95,338. And I am in a whooping huge drawdown of minus 4.67%. I am in a drawdown of 4.67%, which is not bad. I am not even down 50% yet. Sorry, I'm not down 5% yet because the total drawdown is 10% on this Hola Prime account. I am not down 5% yet, which is a good thing. And the good thing is I have learned my mistake, and hopefully this account balance will start growing by next week and upper week, and then until I pass the challenge. This is not the first time I'm going in a drawdown. As you can see from my phase one, I went into drawdown of 2.5%. I came back up. I went back into drawdown of 2.27%. And then I finally came back and passed the whole challenge. So drawdowns are normal. Drawdowns are normal thing in trading. Drawdowns are normal things in trading. If you are a trader, you must go through drawdown. You must go through drawdown. You cannot be winning every day. That is not how the market is wired. So it's normal. Your ability to have like a level head, like your ability to remain level headed during drawdown is what matters in trading. Remain calm. Don't go on tilt and start over risking and start panicking and start trying to bring back your account to starting balance. No, remain calm. Keep using your model, keep using your risk management. Don't increase your risks, don't change anything about your risk. Just the way you went into drawdown, that is the way you're going to climb up steadily you climb up steadily, just like an uptrend, back into profits and eventually pass the challenge. And that is exactly what I plan to do in this challenge. So, if you've stuck with me this far, I really appreciate you. Thank you for watching this video. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to this channel, turn on post notification, just in case I post a video, you get notified and then you would watch and follow me on this my journey. Share this video. If you are a returning viewer, I really appreciate you. Thank you for coming back to watch my video. I believe we are all gonna make it. I believe we are all gonna be profitable traders. We're all gonna be successful in this trading industry. And with that being said, see you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye.